Hi, my name is Michael Hollins, and I am the owner and managing attorney of the Hollins Bankruptcy Law Office, where we practice bankruptcy law. And today I would like to talk to you and give you some facts about bankruptcy and your car. Just some things that you want to keep in mind when filing bankruptcy if you own a vehicle, meaning a vehicle is titled in your name. So go ahead and pull up a graphic here. But before I do that, if you have any additional questions or you'd like more knowledge on bankruptcy, please head over to hollandsbankruptcy.com where we have just a lot of great information, videos, blog, and podcast, all for your information. You can also give us a call to talk about your personal situation at 866-86-BILLS. That's 866-862-4557. And now on to the topic. Important facts to keep in mind with regard to bankruptcy in your car. Number one, first you have to make a decision when you are filing bankruptcy, whether that be Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 as an individual filer. You have to decide if you want to actually keep the vehicle or not. If you want to keep your car through the bankruptcy process, you have to continue to make timely payments. So the fact that you file bankruptcy does not mean that you get to stop paying for the car if you want to keep it. If you decide to surrender the vehicle, well, then you will surrender the vehicle and then that payment won't be made. Number two, cars are considered a secured debt, which means that they are very, very different from, let's say, credit cards or an unsecured debt. So let's talk about that a little bit. A secured debt is something that you have borrowed money from the lender, and you have the vehicle or the asset or the house, and you're holding on to it as collateral, basically for the lender. It is collateral for the monies that you borrowed. So a car is a secured debt. Now, you cannot get your vehicle, the balance of that, discharged and keep that car at the same time. So you can't make the decision, I'm going to keep the car and discharge the debt. You can't make the decision that, on the other hand, I don't know why you would do this, but you can't keep the debt and give the car back. You have to either give the vehicle back, surrender the vehicle, and then the debt goes with it, or you can decide, well, I'm going to keep the car. It's a good running vehicle. I need it. What say you? And then you have to continue, like number one says, to make timely payments in that case. Let's look at number three. Number three, I'm going to scroll up here. If you are behind on payments, the bankruptcy will stop a repossession temporarily. And that is one of the wonderful things about bankruptcy, in that you have protection from the court from repossessions, but not only repossessions, but from foreclosures and also from wage garnishments. It will suspend lawsuits and things of that nature. Bankruptcy absolutely will stop those things. You get what is called an automatic stay, and that will give you a temporary reprieve from collection efforts in general, including harassing phone calls and those things. Now, once the bankruptcy is complete, you really need to decide on whether you want to keep that vehicle or not. Going back to number one, if you're going to keep the vehicle, then you want to make timely payments throughout the process so that there is no hangups. However, if you decide the vehicle is not worth it anymore, or you can't afford that vehicle anymore, again, you are open to surrendering the vehicle and discharging the debt at that point. Last but not least, number four, the vehicle finance company, in most cases, will not accept online payments once your petition is filed. So while a lot of us pay bills online right now, when you file bankruptcy and you have a vehicle that you are paying on, you should be prepared to pay your payments in another way. But simply going online and making the payment will no longer be an option in most cases. The banks are going to shut that account down or freeze that account during the bankruptcy pendency. And so you have to find another way to pay it. It could be as simple as putting a money order or check in the mail to the lender. It could be walking cash into a bank branch, or walking a money order into a bank branch. And in some cases, you may be able to make a phone call and pay on the phone via ACH deposit, which is a electronic check. But paying online, 9 times out of 10, that is no longer an option. And so the reason why I bring that up is because the fact that you can't go online and make that payment doesn't mean that the payment is not due. It just means that that method for payment has been frozen along with that particular account. But back to number one, if you'd like to keep that vehicle, you need to continue to make timely payments. You just do it a different way, and some of the methods that I've mentioned. Well, I hope this was helpful information. I really wanted to get out there some important facts about keeping some things you need to keep in mind with regard to bankruptcy in your car. There's a myth that if you file bankruptcy, you'll lose your car. Some people believe if you file bankruptcy, you have to keep your car. And the reality is that you can do either. It is completely up to you whether you keep it or not. I hope this information was good for you. Please share this with someone that may need it. You never know who will need it in your circle. I also would appreciate if you liked and subscribed to this channel. As always, I am Attorney Michael Hollins. Thank you for listening, and please be safe.